We talk a lot about gaslighting, and you see gaslighting referred to in the social media all the time. But one of the things that's kind of gone out of vogue, at least from my point of view, as a clinical psychotherapist, that I see abundance of is blackmailing. And I think blackmailing has become so easy, so common, that people may not even be realizing that they're blackmailing their partner or their children. I just want to go through the signs and symptoms, and so you're aware, and then what you can do, how you protect yourself from it, okay? Because it's going to be essential that you have boundaries. So the first thing is, at a glance, I think it's very easy to recognize, especially in a session, the silent treatment. If your partner ever gives you the silent treatment or puts you on guilt trips, manipulation of any kind, trying to coerce you into something, exaggeration, if someone exaggerates something that you said or did and makes it something it wasn't, I think that's a form. Shaming. Anytime you shame someone, any kind of a threat or ultimatum, like threatening to punish in an effort to control you, or threatening to hurt themselves, or claiming they will be unable to function if you leave them or you're not there, or threatening to make you face consequences of their misfortune, of their choices. That is not okay, and that's a form of blackmail. So the impact is blackmail can hold people paralyzed. Like basically, they can't fulfill what they want to do. For example, if someone doesn't want to be with you anymore and you blackmail them by telling them you're going to hurt yourself or you're going to do something in revenge against them, those are all forms. So spotting the red flags of it are the essential thing you need to do. And then when you recognize it, stay cool. Don't let on that this is really upsetting you, because it seems to entice them to do more or to tighten whatever the blackmail is that they're going to do. Remember, you are in control of your choices. Just because they say they're going to hurt themselves if you leave does not mean you cannot leave. Because number one, it's not your problem how they react. And number two, if they're that vulnerable, then they should be seeing a healthcare professional anyway. Share your perspective as neutrally as you can. Say, listen, I feel like I'm being controlled, or I feel like you're manipulating me with your choice of behavior, and I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't think it's healthy, and I don't think it's good. It's a good sign for our relationship if you need to use that tactic and you're unwilling to get help with it. And then know that you can walk away and make a decision and be honest about it. Don't do it behind their back or feel like you have to walk on eggshells. That's ridiculous. And it's another symbol that this is not a good relationship for you to be in. Limit your exposure to the person. And that includes if this is a parent, especially if this is a parent, because I've seen a lot of parents do this to their children, even when their children are grown. More so, they still feel like they can control them, like they gave birth to that person and that was enough to hold you accountable for the rest of your life. It's not. Find someone that you can talk to, and hopefully it will be a mental health specialist. Prioritize your own self-care. If you do have to be around the person, make sure you have an exit, a safe place to go, and seek support. Seek support in knowledge, knowing more about what's going on, counseling, and having someone you can turn to. Like, you know, if it's a parent you're dealing with, then having someone, maybe an aunt or an uncle or someone safe within the family that you can use as an alternative place to meet up is a really good idea, especially as you get around holidays or reunions or things like that. Establish boundaries. It's really important you make a list of what your boundaries are. I'm not going to let you manipulate me this way. I don't need to put up with this. If you can't take care of your anger, if you need to react this way, then I don't want to be part of your life. That is a healthy boundary. Assert yourself. You have a right. You are not this person's other person to lean on when they're being unhealthy. If you are, then it really vibes well with you saying, you know what, we're going to go to counseling together because this has now gotten totally out of control. Lay out the consequences. Tell them ahead of time. If this behavior doesn't stop, if you do this again to me, this is especially true with people like your parents or a significant other who is always using this blackmail card, tell them you don't care. You're just over this. You know it's not good for you. And lastly, stick to whatever plan you have. It's going to be hard. It's hard to go against what you've always done before. But once again, you are in control of your choices only. And there comes a time when whatever they choose to do, you have to say, let them. This is not a healthy relationship. I know that in my heart and in my mind, and I have to do what I can do to keep myself, and if you have any children that are with you, safe. And so that means walking away. If this video is helpful for you, please subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much.